Question number 1. When deploying our app in production on Kubernetes, we will create a
Smart move. Deployment is an accurate answer. Question number 2. Which of the following command is used to create Kubernetes service? Correct response. Kubectl expose is the most accurate answer. Question number 3. Objects in the Kubernetes are organized by which following methods? You chose kind, group, and API version, and it is correct. Question number 4. Which of the following process runs on Kubernetes non-master node? Perfect. To proxy is the correct choice. Question number 5. Which Kubernetes internal resource decides where to launch a pod? Good job. Your answer scheduler works well here. Question number 6. Which Kubernetes object is used to manage stateful applications? Nice selection. Stateful sets is the correct and valid answer. Question number 7. What is the name of the automatic scaling process in Kubernetes? Right choice. Auto-scaling is the best answer. Question number 8. How organizations implement Kubernetes as their DevOps practice? Nicely done. By automating deployment is a solid answer. Question number 9. Which kind of applications are suited for Kubernetes framework? Good thinking. Doesn't matter is the right answer. Question number 10. What is the purpose of a context element in a kubeconfig file? Well picked. To group access parameters under a single name is the correct answer. Question number 11. How can you validate the endpoints of a service in Kubernetes? Clear logic. Your choice by using kubectl describe service command is sound and 100% true. Question number 12. To create a new deployment in Kubernetes, use the command dash. Well done. Kubectl run is the right choice. Question number 13. Which Kubernetes order creates a deployment from a YAML file? Nice work. You chose kubectl apply F, and it is correct. Question number 14. In Kubernetes, which of the following is not true about pods? Great thinking. Pods can be redeployed with state is the right choice. Question number 15. How does Kubernetes ensure high availability of applications? Great job. By automatically restarting failed pods is the accurate answer. Question number 16. What is the purpose of pod security standards in Kubernetes? Smart pick. To enforce security policies for pods is the correct choice. Question number 17. How can you configure storage in the Kubernetes master node? Exactly. Modifying the kube app observer configuration file makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 18. How does Kubernetes manage multiple microservices at scale? You got it. Your choice using pods is right. Question number 19. How does Docker simplify container creation and management? Sharp thinking. By automating the process with Docker images is the right choice. Question number 20. In Kubernetes, what does a horizontal pod autoscaler do? Strong choice. Increases or automatically decreases the number of pods is the right answer. Question number 21. Which of the following forms the core Kubernetes objects? Well reasoned. All of the above is the correct choice. Question number 22. Which among the below are valid Kubernetes service types? Bravo! All of above is the answer. Question number 23. Which of the following are not a container orchestrators? Correct. Vault is the right answer. Question number 24. How long is a Kubernetes version supported by Amazon X? Valid point 14 months is true. Question number 25. Kube App Observer on Kubernetes Master is designed to scale. Excellent. Horizontally is a brilliant choice. Question number 26. In cloud-managed Kubernetes solutions, the cloud manages on track. Masternode is the correct answer. Question number 27. It is the most popular container orchestration platform. Excellent choice. Kubernetes is the right answer. Question number 28. What happens when a masternode inside Kubernetes fails? Solid response. Pods still get created is a valid choice. Question number 29. What is the purpose of a persistent volume in Kubernetes? Right again. To ensure data persistence for containers is a valid answer. Question number 30. Key value pairs that are attached to Kubernetes objects. You're right. Labels is the correct answer. Question number 31. Dash command is used to delete a resource in Kubernetes. Great job. Kubectl delete resource name is the accurate answer. Question number 32. What is the purpose of a Kubernetes configuration file? Smart pick. To define the desired state of the components is the correct choice. Question number 33. What is the primary data store of a Kubernetes cluster? Great thinking. etcd is the right choice. Question number 34. What is the purpose of network policies in Kubernetes? Well done. To control network traffic between pods is the right choice. Question number 35. What is the most basic type of resource in Kubernetes? Exactly. Pod makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 36. The following is a feature of Kubernetes except dash. Nice selection. Horizontal scaling is the correct and valid answer. Question number 37. What is the role of kubelet in a Kubernetes cluster? Bravo. Running containers is the answer. Question number 38. What was Kubernetes called before it got open source? Right again. Borg is a valid answer. Question number 39. What is the main function of a node in Kubernetes? You're right. Execute applications is the correct answer. Question number 40. Which of the following is a Kubernetes controllers? Excellent. Both replica set and deployment is a brilliant choice. Question number 41. How does Kubernetes handle container orchestration? Clear logic. Your choice by automatically deploying and managing containers is sound and 100% true. Question number 42. What is the basic operational unit of Kubernetes? Well reasoned. Pod is the correct choice. Question number 43. Which one is not part of Kubernetes architecture? Nice work. You chose management plane and it is correct. Question number 44. What is the main role of secrets in Kubernetes? On track. Store and manage sensitive information is the correct answer. Question number 45. What is a volume in the context of Kubernetes? Good thinking. A persistent storage space attached to a pod
is the right answer.
Question number 46. The Kubernetes network proxy runs on which node? You chose all the nodes, and it is correct. Question number 47. What is the role of a scheduler in Kubernetes? Perfect. Assign pods to nodes is the correct choice. Question number 48. What is the basic deployable unit of Kubernetes? Excellent choice. Pod is the right answer. Question number 49. What's a worker machine in Kubernetes known as?
Solid response. Node or minion is a valid choice.
Question number 50. What is the purpose of Minikube in Kubernetes? Good job. Your answer? Setting up a local cluster works well here. Question number 51. Which types of nodes does Kubernetes supports? Smart move. Master and worker is an accurate answer. Question number 52. Declarative Kubernetes is recommended for Dash. Correct. Production release is the right answer. Question number 53. At its core, Kubernetes is a platform for Dash. Correct response. Running and scheduling container applications on a cluster is the most accurate answer. Question number 54. Kubernetes and Docker Swarm are examples of. Right choice. Orchestra is the best answer.
Question number 55. If the readiness probe fails, what happens?
Valid point. Kubernetes stops sending traffic to the pod is true. Question number 56. What is the purpose of the Kubernetes API? Nicely done. To manage Kubernetes objects is a solid answer. Question number 57. Smallest deployment unit in Kubernetes is? Sharp thinking. Pod is the right choice. Question number 58. Kubernetes cluster data is stored in Dash. Strong choice. etcd is the right answer. Question number 59. What is the latest version of Kubernetes? Well picked. 120 is the correct answer. Question number 60. What is a liveness probe in Kubernetes? You got it. Your choice A mechanism to restart pods in check is right. Question number 61. What is the mission of the control plane? Solid response. To regulate communication between Kubernetes and clusters is a valid choice. Question number 62. Why Kubernetes is used in organizations? Great job. To manage containers is the accurate answer. Question number 63. Kubernetes is written in which language? Correct response. Go is the most accurate answer. Question number 64. In Kubernetes, what is a stateful set? Nice selection. A set of pods with persistent state management is the correct and valid answer. Question number 65. What is a worker node responsible for? Well done. A Kubernetes working machine is the right choice. Question number 66. What is Kubernetes primarily used for? Excellent choice. Scaling container systems is the right answer. Question number 67. What is the master node in Kubernetes? Excellent. Control plane of the cluster is a brilliant choice. Question number 68. What is better, Docker or Kubernetes? You got it. Your choice none is better than the other is right. Question number 69. What is a config map in Kubernetes? Well picked. A resource to store non-confidential configuration data is the correct answer. Question number 70. What are the features of Kubernetes?
Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer.
Question number 71. Cron jobs in Kubernetes run in Dash. Nice work. You chose say only, and it is correct. Question number 72. Main utility to manage Kubernetes. You're right. Kubectl is the correct answer. Question number 73. The master node has which feature? Sharp thinking. Etcd key value store is the right choice. Question number 74. What can you deploy on Kubernetes? Correct. Containers is the right answer. Question number 75. Kubernetes was developed by Dash. You chose Google, and it is correct. Question number 76. What is a service in Kubernetes? Nicely done. Manages external access to services is a solid answer. Question number 77. Kubernetes is a platform for. Right again. Running and scheduling container applications on a cluster is a valid answer. Question number 78. In Kubernetes, a node is. Bravo! A worker machine is the answer. Question number 79. Kubernetes is written in. Good job. Your answer Go works well here. Question number 80. What is Kubernetes? Well reasoned. All of the above is the correct choice. Question number 81. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Strong choice. Contact Narayan Changda is the right answer.